What's going on, guys? My name's Nixiel.
It's your boy, Robino.
Today we're here to do a movie review for Pet Semetary.
The Pet Semetary.
Place to bury our pets and remember them. Might seem scary, but it's not. Perfectly natural. Just like dying is natural.
This movie was not terrible,
Yeah.
but not the greatest movie I've seen in a long time. I have seen the original Pet Semetary.
You have? Okay.
Not so much the sequels, Pet Semetary 2 and all that stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think
didn't know.
Cemetery came in 84, but we're not here to talk about that one because Rubino has never seen the original Pet Semetaries.
Right.
So we have nothing to compare it to, and it'll be lost on him back and forth
Yeah.
and stuff. So we're just going to discuss the 2019 movie that we just watched.
Right.
Now, in your opinion, how did you overall feel about this movie?
I mean, it was another scary movie. Nothing really special about it. I mean, besides maybe the actual, finding out, how they brought people back to life and all the kids and, why all the kids go to the Pet Semetary and stuff like that. I mean, there were
they did leave a bunch of plot holes and stuff in there. And overall, the movie wasn't really that terrifying other than a few jump scares, which is not the point. This is more of a psychological thriller. Your concept of this thing's evil, this thing's coming back. We can kill it technically, but you can't really stop it. Well, it's just a very dark descent into psychology, and it's an interesting movie in that take.
Right.
But overall, not really a scary horror movie, considering it's a horror thriller.
Yeah.
So, which he didn't even know about it. He thought it was like a kids movie.
I really thought it was a kids movie. I thought it was gonna be like one of those kid movies where the ghost comes or something like it's like a fun scary ghost or something. I don't
Family
know.
ghost, like Casper kind of.
Well, I wouldn't even say that. More like, oh my gosh, the cat died, so we see the ghost of the cat and something. I don't know what I was expecting.
Anyway, this movie follows a family. They're leaving their busy lives wherever they were coming from. I think it's New York?
Boston.
Was it Boston? Okay. He's a doctor, medical professional.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to the country to get more laid back, be more of a family man, all the whole stuff like that, trying to get laid back and a more peaceful life.
Right.
He goes there. The local town legend of a pet cemetery where you bury your animals and they come back to you. It's a old native legend and all that about the something going along with the oh god, what's that creature called? Wendigo. There are a whole bunch of that involved. Like I said, there's a lot of different plot holes, especially if you don't know too much about the lore. I've seen the movie, but I don't know too much about the actual lore about it. There's probably a whole backstory and connective to other movies, which I don't know about, so forgive me on that one at least. But the whole family goes there. The cat dies. They've been there for a little while, so they make friends with a bunch of the locals and such. The cat dies. A local man, played by John Lithgow.
Yes. He plays Jude.
Yeah, he plays Judd.
Judd, my bad, Judd.
Tells them that they can bury their... Dad, he kind of does it more in secret. Yeah. Let's go do this real fast. And, oh, yeah, by the way, now that we've done it already, your cat's come back as something different. Right. I'm sorry. My bad. Type thing.
It's more like, he... pretty much he did it before and thought maybe, okay, this time, this is for a cat.
No, your cat's more fresh, so it might come back better or something. There was a whole thing.
Well, it was more of like a love thing.
You're right.
It was a love thing because he was basically saying who he buried was already bad. He was already kind of bad anyway.
His dog was kind of a mean streak.
Exactly. So when the dog came back, it was even meaner. He thought, well, the cat was nice, so maybe it'll come back as nice. But he was wrong about it, and the cat becomes very zombie.
That thing just looked evil, the way it kept staring, had all evil eyes.
Yeah.
The effects were really good in the movie, like the cat staring at you, going in the dark, and you seeing the loud thumps throughout the house and all this stuff, especially when you're experiencing the mother's trauma of her sister and the whole issues going along with that, which I'm not sure how well that pertained to the overall story, other than just her having a psychological break or having issues. Was that important to the overall movie or something else? I don't remember.
Yeah, that was the one thing about the movie I was kind of confused about was the mother. She was having her little flashbacks here and there, and I thought maybe those flashbacks were kind of contained to what's going on in the movie, but it kind of was just more of like she did something bad by an accident. She didn't really like. Well, I wasn't that she didn't like her sister. I think it was just more of like
she hated her. She was afraid of her sister.
Afraid, yeah.
Her sister hated her, so it was you have to take care of her, but kind of want her to die, kind of, which just makes her feel guilty. And
yeah, because she got tired of taking care of her. Which is, I really thought there was she was a zombie, or so her sister was a zombie because the way she looked, it was very. But apparently,
she had a degenerative bone disease where her bones are all twisted, her like feet and her hands are all gnarled, her spine was like rigid and curved. Mm-hmm. Don't know the name of the disease off the top of my head. Yeah, they didn't really say it. They just said she has a spinal issue and whatever. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure it's a real disease, and it's probably very unfortunate for those who have it.
Yeah, but it's not. It has to be very. It's very rare, but it was just weird. I thought, I was like, oh snap, it's gonna be connected to.
But it wasn't, to my knowledge, unless there's some underlying small connective story here. But at the same time, there didn't seem to be much. The whole story progresses, though, that eventually the main character's Lewis's daughter dies, hit by a truck. I know in the original it's the son, but that's where they swapped the story slightly. Yeah. The girl dies, his daughter. The mother and the son go away to the parents' house while he stays there, gets drunk, gets kind of depressed, psychological, goes to bury his daughter in the garden, the pet cemetery, to bring her back. Right. She comes back as an evil zombie creature thing. She talks and means friendly, but she kills people, and she just looks evil with the whole gray skin, the blood pumping in her veins. Yeah. But like I said, the effects are really cool in this movie.
Yeah, that was really good.
It's just the overall story was kind of subpar, which I know is similar to the original Pet Semetary, but they changed a lot of aspects at the same time.
Well, it's 2019. I mean, you got to upgrade it. So.
Yeah, I guess. But overall, this movie, not terrible. Right. Not the greatest thing I've seen in a long time. I'm looking forward to other horror movies. This is not really on my radar too much. I just remember seeing the original, and I want to see how they would do this one.
Well, the thing with me that I have another question about was with Jason Clarke, who plays Lewis. I kind of felt like there were some moments where the daughter was saying, no, when the cat died, or something like, I can't remember what, they were talking about God or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I kind of feel like I would have loved to know why he talked like that. Like, where he didn't really, it feels like he didn't really believe in, like, spiritual stuff.
Well, as a doctor, you see a lot of death, and also people are not saying doctors can't believe in religion and have afterlife and all that stuff. Right. But from a practical scientific point of view, there's no scientific evidence of a soul. So, in his objective standpoint, when something dies, it's dead. That's it. There's no soul. You just die. So,
which is true. But I would have loved to see maybe a deeper. Maybe there's a reason why he. I mean, of course he's a doctor, but maybe when he was a kid,
like some sort of trauma.
Just like the mother. The mother had trauma. That's why she's always scared.
I think that's why it solidified her love or her need for religion. It's like, yes, there's a place after in heaven or hell, but there's a place in heaven where. My sister could have gone. Maybe I'll try to get to. I'll be a good person, so I can go there to get rid of my guilt and all that stuff. Right. He's like, nope, your done is done. Yeah. But
that was one thing.
That was the whole conflict between the mother and the father. Was that religion thing?
Which I did love, but I just I wanted a little bit more of that. Maybe just a little bit more details of why. But maybe, like I said, maybe that's just who he is. Maybe when he became a doctor, that's what's up.
Don't really need too much of a backstory, but it's. Not a lot important.
Yeah, like I said. But overall, the movie was cool. If you're this, I think if you're into scary movies, this is it's a good movie. If you're not,
it's a very specific type of movie. If you're not into the psychological horror movies, you're probably not gonna enjoy this because there is a lot of slow of hearts, a lot of story building elements, a lot of friendship. So the family bonding and getting together, getting to know the friends. If you're not really a fan of the whole psychological movies, horror movies, the really slow building, family elements and all that stuff, you're probably not going to enjoy this movie too much. If you're more the evil-filled poltergeists coming after you, horror elements, maybe this movie will not be for you because there's a lot of slow elements going on here, a lot of family building, a lot of personality, a lot of story building elements where you get to know the family, the loving bond of the family. So when the death happens, it's more profound and you feel it more, just like they do. That's the whole point. If you get to know the family for 5 minutes and then suddenly die, he's like, oh well, it's sad, but I don't feel any connection to her. But you see how loving the parents are to her. You see her creative spirit and all that stuff. Then to watch her die and turn into something else. That's where the psychological horror happens. You know he's doing wrong, but you want him to feel good and have his daughter back, and it's just sad.
That was one thing I did like though, because I kind of felt bad, but at the same time I definitely understood.
No, you fool! Stop.
It's like don't do it, but I kind of understand. You want.
That's the whole thing though. Judd explained that it was a. Magical effect was as being a lure. Yeah. Once you try the first time, it felt good, and then you wanted it to work.
You're right.
So that may have been the magical effect of the burial site, where it wants people to bury so they can come back as these creatures that will. Because at the end of the movie, they are creating more of themselves. She killed the mother, took the mother, and buried her. The mother came back, killed him, and grabbed him and took back to bury him. So, the end of the movie, all three of them are coming after the baby who's locked in the car at that point. And that's how the movie ends.
Which is kind of crazy. He left that baby in there. I'm like, okay.
It's better than being outside with people killing everything.
That's true. Let me ask you this question, though. Do you like this better, or do you like the original? Besides taking out... Because that's the hardest thing.
This had more gritty elements to it, more realistic elements and stuff, where the other one's more supernatural. Yes, it's supernatural, but it felt very gritty, the stabbing, the blood, and all that stuff. The other one felt more frightening, but also far older as well. So that kind of took some of the edge off, especially in our modern day and age.
Right.
But overall, I think I have more better memories from the first one. That's probably the first time I've seen it. So I don't want to be unbiased. Like I said, I didn't want to compare this one and the first one because you haven't seen it, and I'm tired of comparing old and new movies because these are remakes with different storytelling elements.
I would say, I don't know, man. I think I would have wished I watched the old one because there's been a couple times. Because there's been a couple times where I watched the old one and then I'm like, whatever. And then I watched the new one that I compared. I'm like, oh, okay, I understand why people like this movie a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because I know what's going to happen. And I can go, oh, like Jessica said, I didn't know that the son died.
Yeah, the girl. Like they swapped that in the overall. Because
they still had 2 kids in the old one, right?
Yes, 2 kids. They held the cat. The names were the same. Right. The characters were the same. Judd. Judd always took him to the Pet Semetary. So a lot of the elements are the same. They just swapped the who died and the overall. And the end was the same. Everyone died and they came back.
You know what? I just got Pet Semetary. I just got it. I get it now. The Pet Semetary is it's not really real, but people think it's real, but then what's really real is behind it. Mm-hmm. I just thought about it. It just came to me.
Okay. On that, we're gonna leave this video here.
I'm sorry. It just came to me. I was like, oh, the kids think this is gonna be alive, but it don't work. So the old man's the only person that knows. Duh. Shit. God, man, I just thought about it, man. Wow, man. I just thought about it. Yo, this is crazy. This blew my mind. Yo, for real. This literally just blew my mind. It blew my... I'm sorry. It just blew my... I'm sorry. I had to say that. It's
3 days for that to happen.
It really... No, wait. Hold on. Yeah. No, we saw it. Oh, yeah, we did see it.
3 days ago. All right, so not much more to say about this movie. I'd like to thank y'all for joining us. If you're watching this on my channel, go check out Rubino Entertainment and Key to Rubino. Link down in the description below. Rubino Entertainment. There's a lot of the same stuff we do over here. Movie reviews, trailer reaction, top 5s, Rubino's treasures, a lot of good stuff. And Kid Rubino does a lot of the kid-based things, cartoons and animes and reviews like that over there.
Yeah.
A lot of good stuff. Also, check out Fearbot Gaming, the game channel. We do a lot of Let's Plays and other game-based trailers and such. Not too many of those, more Let's Plays, but it's a lot of fun stuff over there, so go check it out.
If you're watching on my channel, go check out my boy Real Nixel. He does the same thing I do. Movie reviews, trailer reactions. If you're watching it on my channel, you find it. And yeah, man, pretty much that's it. Of course, check out Fearbot Gaming. Trying to get more games on there.
Yep. And I'd like to thank you for watching this. Hope you see the next video we do. Bye.
Peace out.